Yo guys, what is going on? It's Luki here and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking through the top 10 class setups in Season 4. These are all updated, Season 4 has been out for a while now, so a lot of people have discovered a lot of the meta weapons. So in today's video, I'm going to be covering 10 of the best. If you enjoy, subscribe for more, and let's get into it. So first of all, we have the Swiss K31. This is by far the best sniper to use in Warzone right now. A lot of people have started using this over the Kar 98K and over a lot of weapons, and I have personally started using it instead of the Kar as well. So as you can see, these are the attachments. Now for the magazine, you want to use one of the first two on pretty much any Cold War sniper. All of these other ones decrease the ADS time and you don't really need 9 bullets in a mag. So use either the 7-round mag or the fast mag. I personally like the fast mag more, but if you guys want to use the 7-round mag, feel free to do so. Also on the weapon, we have the 5mm laser, the sound moderator, and the serpent grip for increased ADS time, and then we've got the combat recon for increased bullet velocity. Next up we have the Sykov, the single Sykov. Honestly, the single Sykov is an incredibly underrated weapon. Not many people use it, or when they do use it, they use the Akimbo, which is a big mistake in my opinion. In my opinion, I would not use the Akimbo perk on the Sykov pistols. It's way too unreliable, it's not accurate enough, and you're much better off using the single Sykov, stick the 80-round drum on there, make it fully automatic, and honestly, it has a similar time to kill than like the Mac 10, the LC10. It has a similar time to kill than a lot of SMGs, and it can definitely compete. This right here, the rear grip, is a very good attachment. It reduces the recoil by a lot, so I recommend using that. But without further ado, let's get on to the next one, which is the Fara. Everyone knows the Fara is absolutely OP right now. It literally has no recoil, and it is one of the most accurate weapons that we have ever seen in Warzone. And honestly, this thing is just so broken. I'm not surprised if they're going to nerf this soon. I hope they actually do nerf it because it's a little bit too easy to use. But these are the attachments. You guys already probably know all of the attachments to use. However, if you guys want to, you can stick on a sight that you like. The Susat multi-zoom, the 3x, the Royal 4x cross is good. We got the Microflex LED, the 2x. There's a lot of good sights, so have a little play around with the sights and see which one you like. Next up, we got the MP5 build, which is actually an hipfire build. This is specifically built for hip firing, and it really takes advantage of the fast time to kill on this SMG. The MP5 is the fastest time to kill SMG in the game right now, and this is the perfect class for it. So you want to use the agency suppressor on this one because it reduces the recoil, so you want to be as accurate as possible. You want to use the reinforced heavy because the task force increases the recoil, and then you want to use the 5mm laser, the bruiser grip for increased hip fire accuracy, and then you want to use the 50-round drum. Next up, we have the Mac 10. I'm going to be giving you guys two builds for this class. The first one will be Verdansk, and the second one will be for Rebirth. I do switch them around every now and then, whatever map I'm playing on. So first of all, the sound suppressor and the task force are always the same, and the 53 drum is always the same. For Verdansk, it was the first class that you just saw, and then for Rebirth, I switch it to this class. This class here is for Rebirth because it simply just has more mobility, and on Rebirth, you want to have as much mobility as possible. Next up, we have the Bullfrog, one of the most underrated SMGs in my opinion. It is a very good SMG. I don't really see that many people using it, but it is really good. It's one of the lowest recoil SMGs in the game. We have the sound suppressor, the task force, the Tiger Team spotlight, the KGB skeletal stock, and the 65-round mag. 65 bullets in this weapon, and it doesn't even affect the mobility. Usually when you have a magazine that high, it affects the mobility, it affects the ADS, but on this weapon it has no cons at all to using the 65 rounds. So just go ahead and use the 65 and you guys are going to be good to go, and you guys are going to be clearing out squads so easily. Next up, we have the Close Range XM4. This is specifically built for close range gunfights, but it can also outcompete some assault rifles within around about a 30 to 40 meter radius. It has a faster time to kill than a lot of SMGs, and it also has a faster time to kill than a lot of assault rifles, so this is honestly a very good class to use. So we've got the agency suppressor. You can use the suppressor if you guys want to for the increased mobility, but on this one I prefer to use the agency suppressor because it increases the recoil control. And then next up we have the Tiger Team Spotlight, the Raider Pad and the Serpent Grip, all for mobility. And then we've got the 45 round magazine. 45 bullets is all you need, and 45 bullets doesn't decrease the mobility. Next up, we got the MG82. Yes, it did get a nerf, but it is still pretty good. It's still pretty OP. It does have a little bit more recoil and a little bit less effective damage range. But that being said, it still is one of the fastest time to kill LMGs in the game. It still is one of the most accurate, and it still is one of the best LMGs to be using. So we've got the agency suppressor, we've got the task force, the fast mag, we got the serpent wrap for the increased ADS, and then we've got the Axle 3x scope. You can also use the SUSAT multi-zoom if you guys want to, and you can also use the suppressor, the normal suppressor, if you guys want a little bit more mobility, but it's up to you. Personally, this is my favorite class that I use on this, and it still absolutely beams, so definitely give it a go if you haven't already. Next up, we got the Krig 6, which is one of my favorite assault rifles in the game. Very steady fire rate, which makes it really easy to control the recoil. So we've got the agency suppressor, the task force barrel, which is called the CMV barrel on this one. It is still the task force barrel. It does the same thing as the task force, but it's just got a different name. So we've got the Axle 3x scope as well. We've got this SFOD speed grip on this one for the increased mobility, and then we've got the Stanag 60 round magazine. Once again, on these assault rifle builds, you can use the normal suppressor if you guys want a little bit more mobility, but in my opinion I like to use the agency a little bit more than the suppressor. As you can see as well, we have the speed grip on this one. You can use the field agent for more recoil control, but I just prefer the little bit extra mobility because this weapon already has literally hardly any recoil. Next up, and the final weapon, we have the Street Sweeper. Tfue and many big streamers are using this, and they are absolutely destroying every lobby. This is by far one of the most OP close range weapons right now, and this is the class. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.